When I got hit by a car wreck, when I got in a car wreck, I was bedridden for 3 weeks. I could barely even stand on my own. A grouchy nurse was trying to weigh me and didn't believe me that I couldn't stand up and forced you to. Almost fainted, and there was no way the lady could have caught me. That's fucked up. Well, here's the thing. My body is a very good healer, right? My body knows, hey, Dilly, thank you for the 44 months. How are you? Really? It's been a year? Yeah, that feels like forever ago, actually. It doesn't feel like forever ago, but it does. No, so my body's a really good healer. It's always guided me to where I needed to go. So I was able to have a lot of awesome, fun, hallucinogen trips during the pandemic where I was like a kid again because I needed that kid like joy in my life. I needed to feel my inner child. And then one day it turned really dark. And then I was like, oh my gosh, if I ever trip again, I'm going to get stuck in the brain of crazies. And I wouldn't have gotten stuck, but that was my brain or my body being like, this is your next step to healing. You got to hang out with your inner child. Now you got to get to this shit. And I needed a therapist for that. What's up? I tagged mental health, so we're talking mental health today. Thank you, Ulti. Gosh, how lucky did we get Meg being at the Harry Styles where he ripped his pants? We're so lucky. Like, I'm like blessed. We were so blessed that day. Oh no, 11 grams. I bet it was in, do you put it in some bomb food though? I agree, nobody 1.0. I think I need a therapist. Like my recent spell with alcohol is not. Okay, Squishbat, you just have to jump in. You do need a therapist because you know your recent spell with alcohol is not good. Just don't let your brain hinder you and make you be afraid of getting to the problems because that's what that sentence sounds like. Therapy is amazing. You just got to jump off. It is. Our brains are weird. Like brains are so weird. You're ashamed of yourself. Shame is one of the hardest things to deal with. Like a lot of things, a lot of health things, a lot of mental health things come back to shame. Shame is a very hard emotion to deal with. It's also a very protective emotion as well. So look at it a little bit positive as well. Espresso rushies? Oh, espresso rushes the mushrooms quicker. Oh. Call of Duty's your therapist? Get out a lot of cursing? Yes. I finally found the good therapist. I didn't have a good one until recently. I do agree with you. Having a good therapist is life changing. Also, I think having a therapist, the type of therapist that you see, but also having a therapist that's going to give you work, right? You shouldn't go to somebody that's just going to listen to you and talk with you. Like, my therapist will be like, read this book so we can have a better dialogue together. Check this out so you can better understand these things. And sometimes she will make me feel like, oh shit. Like sometimes she'll say stuff where I feel bad, like I'll say something and she'll be like, no, stop saying that, And it's like almost like putting me in check. She's checking me. She's checking me because I can't check myself sometimes. So like having a good therapist that actually will help you, make you do work, and also be your friend, but sometimes annoy you is the way to go. Because healing should not be comfortable all the time, and you shouldn't be a great, yeah. Oh yeah, Brene Brown is the one that I'm currently reading. Pretty much any Brene Brown is gonna help you, Valerie. Go to my notes. She's got really pretty hair, and her background is all plants. Plants, I mean. Books. You know what's crazy? I'm like in the middle of thinking, do I want to be a therapist or a motivational speaker? Because I do like the idea of motivational speaking, but my therapist is so amazing to where afterwards I'm like, I want to do this. Thank you, Prodigal. Fuck yeah. A good therapist will give you a firm but gentle shake in your hand, in your mind. That's so true, PD. Okay, so one that I just listened to is by is by Ellen J. Cure, and this is me because I will lose myself in other people. I'm like a fawn. If you're the doe, I'm a fawn. I will adapt myself so you like me, or I will reflect anything back at you. So I read Empath and Narcissist by Ellen J. Cure, which is really good. That's helped me a lot. I actually am. I literally did the Tony Robbins Rise event. Yeah, I bought into it. And he's great, but it does seem a little culty, right? I was there though. I was there. This is look at this. I was fully there for 4 days. I sat down for 4 hours a day and sat in these video things, and he told me to jump up and dance, and I jumped up and danced. I ended up upgrading to the VIP package so I could be in the video because I wanted to be on the screen with everyone else. Let's see, 6 stages of grief. Let's see what my first note is. And I was like, this is kind of like a cult. Like, it's very culty. Like, they make you do workouts to start the Rise event. They make you do workouts. And then they talk about their next event and how, like, you should buy into it, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh. You guys are, like, making me work out, and I'm laughing. This is fun. And then you're like, check this shit out. I'm like, okay, great marketing right there. Sure, now that I'm happy, I'll fucking buy it. And then Tony tells all about these great things that he does for, like, the first 2 hours of the dialogue. Then he teaches you things. Okay? He's going to tell you this story from being a child all the way up to being an adult.